Be. Okay. Have you played Stan? Yes, I have. Okay, I think it's pretty good the way it is. The current time? Can I change? Okay, we are at 5:41. 5:41 p.m. That's weird. $100? Wait, I didn't even check. That would have been hilarious if I could do that. Settings. Audio. Where is the shrieking, ear-piercing sounds that they said were going to be in here? Okay. I don't know. This is all surprisingly normal. I was expecting something more unusual. Presentation. Oh. Accessibility. Player data. Wait. There's not more there. I thought there was something special here. So this is all way too normal. Okay. Credits. Normally they have, like, achievements tied to some of these things. Okay, I guess we'll just start. It gives me scary vibes. It's not a scary game. It's just weird.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, so we're going to do the ending of not leaving this room. Yes, there is an ending to not leave your spawn location. So this is a game that had, like, what, 16 endings or something like that in the original game. And then they added a handful of new endings. They released this on all platforms, and it's originally $30, and it's on sale for $25 right now. Yes, it's not a horror game. I don't even think there's a horror ending. Can I not make this my first ending? Maybe this can't be my first ending. Would you look at that? Is that right? That is not right. Okay, fine, I'll leave.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Okay, glitch ending? Oh, wait. Computer. Shoot. Okay. We'll do the computer ending. I think next one's over here, right? Yeah. Okay, we're just gonna jump right into the computer ending. Okay. Now, I believe... You know how long it's been since I've done this? Hey, I thought the next one was in here. Maybe I... This can't be right. Wait, what was that other achievement? 420. 420, here we go. I gotta click on this.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Oh, 430. Thank you. 430. It's been a while. Okay, 430.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Wait, which one did he say? I completely spaced out on what he said. Oh, there's a computer. Completely overlooked. Blitz, you fall off. Send crank handle 20. Oh. Crank handle 20 times.
I have to say,
Okay.
I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes,
Oh, gosh.
almost certainly 50 clicks. No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley.
Yes.
I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
417.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
437. Wait, 427. 437.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
Okay, 415. 415.
Now, back to door number 437.
437. Back to 437. 437.
Excellent. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
Copy
All right,
machine.
back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
417. Wait.
Okay, now go
417.
climb on employee 419's desk.
419. 418. 419. Okay. By the way, you can't jump in this game. On his desk, huh? Okay.
Yes!
There we go.
This is great. You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
416. Wait, that's the other way. 416. 416.
We almost got it. Now the copy machine. Do that one again.
Back to the copy machine.
Finish it off, Stanley. 5 clicks on door 430.
430.
Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
Here we go. Glitch ending. Glitch ending.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative
Whoa!
tropes.
Crows!
So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to
This
be?
game looks
Why don't
amazing.
we take a minute just to drink it all in?
Are you on Drowler changing your picture
Okay,
again?
I'm over
Or is
it
this
now.
really
What
crows,
do you
crows,
think? Are you
crows?
sick of this gag yet?
So,
Well, I don't know how to
I
say this
absolutely
politely,
love the
but you
first
could
one. I had to
literally
jump
just hit
right
escape
into the
and
second
restart
one.
the game any
And
old
we're
time you want.
rattling
like
through all the
right
endings.
now. You could have done it just then.
I couldn't find the option
would
for
also
those
be an
noise,
appropriate time to
ear-piercing
quit.
shrieks,
Any
though.
of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain. There once was a man named
Song
Stanley.
from Crows. I'm
Who
browsing the
people
YouTube game
considered
tag.
so
Found your stream.
manly.
Hope you enjoy it.
But the
Oh,
truth
thank you
must
very
be
much.
told,
I
he
do.
was not
I was
very
very
old
excited to
and
get
was
it.
quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was
I'm watching
buttons.
for the new stuff.
He pushed them like
By
some
the way, I
kind of
love the
glutton.
newsletters too. Absolutely love the newsletters you
In a
guys sent out every
meaningful
week.
way. But his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. Yes. You too will become quite unbearable.
It's been so long since I played this. So long. Oh, it doesn't end. Does it? Man, I can't remember how long this goes. Exactly. Oh, I am. Nice, Tommy. Very nice. I can't remember. I don't want to spend my entire... Okay. We're going to start at the beginning again. I'm going to try getting one of the true endings.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
We'll come back to the glitch
Stanley
endings
decided
later.
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, guys, we're gonna find the new thing. Okay. For new endings, it has to be the self-destruct room, right?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, guys, are we going to do the rebellious pathway or the real pathway? What do you guys think? Should we do as the narrator says? Or should we go against what the narrator says? Rebel! Insanity, of course! Okay, we are going to...
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Keeping an eye out for... It's all the same.
Truly a room worth admiring.
Where's the
It
plant?
had really been worth
right?
the detour after all, just to spend a few moments
No, the
here
fern.
in
The
this
fern's
immaculate,
up ahead,
beautifully
right?
constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Every time I click it... Was that the thing before? Every time I click, it makes a clicky sound.
Yes, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly, but eager to get back to business.
Oh, I forgot.
Stanley
Yeah,
took
it
the
goes through a
first
series of
open door
dialogue.
on his left.
Okay, we're gonna do true rebel route.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, $1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, $5,000.
Look, Stanley,
Well.
I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but
Oh, yeah.
you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this.
So he
but
was
I
trying to
really
force
do
me
want
into
to
the
help
long
you, to
lost
show you
wife
something
narrative.
Beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Okay. Let's do it. Okay. Now I'm trying to remember the paths here.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked
yes.
through the red door.
Blue door.
Aha, perhaps you
Complete
misunderstood.
rebel path.
Stanley walked through the red door.
Blue door. Blue pill.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Blue door.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do not think I put a lot of time into that, because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This
Ooh, a
already
third.
feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Okay, let's take the new orange path. Thrilling.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel
path,
free
guys?
to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Okay, the new experience is 3. Exactly what I was thinking. Very mediocre.
Oh, of course. A 3. Really? Maybe next time we can get you to form an actual opinion, you know? Any level of critical thinking or engagement with your surroundings. Does that sound good? Think we can do that? Yes? Wonderful. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Yes. Ooh. Leaderboards! 2 seconds. Good old Neil. Awards 1. Oh, look how far down I am. I don't even have... This is you. I am underneath a dead rat. Oh, hey, we could do it again.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again,
Okay.
Honest answers, please.
2? Got a worse rating.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some play testing. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Is it the baby?
In
Yes,
this
it's
game,
the baby.
The baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your
4
experience.
hours. So I need to do this for 4 hours, guys. You wondered why I had to give myself so much time while playing this.
You heartless bastard. You do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see.
Yeah, let's play a different game.
Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Okay, what game are we going to play now, guys? I'm going to have to change the title. Oh! They changed it!
What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation?
This was Minecraft in the previous
But it
game.
seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a
I was
creepy
hoping they're
man spying
going
on
to do
innocent
this.
civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game.
I've watched
Stanley,
this game.
and it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Dude, did he rebuild? Did you guys rebuild this? If Crows is still here, I am absolutely astonished that you changed the game that we went into. This all looks the same. A little texture glitch, but it happens. What was this game called again? But yeah, this used to be Minecraft. I think I played or watched Jacksepticeye play this game. Down. Going down.
No, it can't be.
What is it?
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off. Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Okay, we're gonna play a different game, I guess.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is
I need a
game
car.
design.
We need to
Stanley,
make some
if you manage
goals.
to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
I love how these references are.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely.
A lot of cars back
Okay,
here,
Stanley,
but...
here's the ball. Have fun.
Okay, we are going to be playing this game the way it was meant to be played. Ooh, I'm fast.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought.
Yeah.
And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball. Yes. Oh, goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley,
Sure
I'm like a
does.
child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More
balls. Yay! Wow, I got a ton of goals here.
Are you
Come on.
enjoying this, Stanley?
All of them go
Are you
in.
having fun? Is this a real video game? Well, I
Yes,
sure
this
hope
is
I
a
am,
blast.
Because guess what? It's over. That's right.
What?
Your little fun comes to an end. This is my
Aww.
game, and what I say goes. You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides, you need someone like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I am structure. I'm your sense of purpose. And since you decided you didn't want to play my game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye, Stanley. I'm leaving.
No!
See how you like it when I'm not around to set the rules. Somehow, I don't think you'll enjoy it as much. But who knows? You're an inventive kid. You'll come up with something. After all, you're the one who knows best. Take care, Stanley.
Okay, wait. So I'm here by myself now? I guess I'm gonna leave. It looks like there's an exit right over here. Actually, it's probably not an exit. Oh, I could go down the hoop. I'm gonna go down in here. Freedom! Exactly. Here we go.
What are you doing?
Whoa!
Stanley,
Okay.
don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
We did leave him. Oh. I fell off. Oh. We're in a hallway now. We're in the between spaces, right? The back rooms. That's what it's called. The back room. Game's basically a backroom simulator, isn't it? We got computers here. No lights.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Well, that is the escape
All of his co-workers
ending?
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Okay. Was that one? Yeah, those computers weren't on before. Maybe, oh! I gotta do it so many times. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. It's been so long. Yes. Okay, should we do the submissive ending? Do everything he says? Actually, I think before we do that, there's a closet ending.
A set of two open doors.
Lost car, good day!
Left.
You missed. The game dev, Crow stopped by. Say hi. They're seeing what people were playing with their game. So we just got the rebellious ending. We're just about to do the submissive.
Yes, there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Closet ending!
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Not the most exciting ending, but it's quite entertaining.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Gotta watch for new endings. So far, I found quite a bit of new features.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is,
exactly.
He's literally just standing there doing sweet FA. Are you really still in the broom closet?
Yep.
Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
I want the broom closet ending. Sus. Sussy toast.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. It didn't occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it. Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path.
Oh yeah.
Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
With an English accent.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or the drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
That's new! That was not there before!
Well,
Holy
I've come
cow!
to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Okay, I think that's it for the broom closet ending. But we don't know if anything special's been added. Fine.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Second player. Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, there's a secret you can do if you speed run this section too. I actually really like the atmosphere of these rooms.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him?
I can't remember the password.
What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
I actually like the dialogue if we don't do it.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Oh wait, there was an achievement.
2845.
What? I don't know what the password be. What is the password? I don't get it.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Where are we going? What is this way? Narrator triggered.
Into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Mind Control Facility? This is a thumbnail right here. Okay, we're gonna do this ending. Now I think this is where the special ending is, too, as well. I think there's one over here.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Not where I expected this to go. Mind control!
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
Fired.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
I feel like there's secrets in here. There's something up there. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's interesting. Not sure what that is.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable.
601 employees.
Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Yes, we're going to dismantle the controls. Okay, we got 2 buttons. On or off. Should we do off? We'll come back and do the other one as well. But which one should we do first? Which one should we do? Off. Off's the first answer. On. Ooh, 2 ons. Wait, 2 ons and 2 offs. Wow, I'm a little split here. Oh, we got another on. Okay, 3 ons. We're gonna do on.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it.
Backup power.
Backup power? Until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means.
Where's number 1? This has to be a new ending.
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood.
Number 1.
You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them.
Start.
I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though. This version of events has been rather amusing.
Wait, 10.
Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's
That
quite
looks like a 1.
I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next
Backup
go-around will be
5.
even better.
5.
My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not?
I hit
These are
5.
precious additional seconds, Stanley.
Oh.
Time doesn't grow on trees.
1.
Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley?
Oh, it's
Is it
blue.
that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here
Yeah, but that was
save me.
the first Stanley Parable. This is the new one that just came out.
This video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place
They added new endings. There has to be a new ending for this,
You're
right?
in for quite a disappointment. But
Oh.
here's a spoiler for you. That timer
1.
isn't the catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for
Well, that
every
didn't
moment
help.
that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world.
Uh-oh, now I'm vibrating.
But I'm going to destroy it first, so you...
Oh, no.
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown to
Hi.
pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully?
4.
The choice. Make it count.
Wait, 1, 2.
It's all the
Oh,
same to
I
me.
think there are a series of numbers to
And
push.
believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say happily ever after.
Well, so much for that. Out, buddy.
I'm bored. Can I stick
You bored?
with you?
Huh?
Can I stick with you?
No, you gotta head out. I'll be out in a little bit.
Doggy.
Bye-bye. Yes, it is a dog. Okay. Well, I did not find the secret ending, but I did find the white numbers that seem to be numeric. Interesting.
All of his
Doggy.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, should we... Okay, so when Crow stopped by, they said, keep an eye out for new content.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Hi.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
I am too.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing
Yep.
special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Exactly. I'm ready. I'm ready.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if them... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Riveting content. Amazing live stream. No. Red. The wire here.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
I mean, there was a doorway over there. Okay, I guess we're going this way. Another elevator.
Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Kind of conflicting textures. You got a hallway with a railing. Okay. Thank you for enjoying the new...
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about.
What is
No
it really
frills,
about?
No gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always.
Yes.
What do you say, friend?
Oh, I guess I don't get a choice. Interesting. Hello?
Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Is this my branching pathways here? Sure. I kind of trust the narrator right now. Let's go narrator path. What? Coffee nut? See you, Insanity. Thanks for stopping by. And it's okay, XM. How your hair now?
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Are we playing Skyrim? What?
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Okay. Don't forget the Stanley Parable. It's just a screenshot of the Steam store. No, that's not real lifetime. Okay. Buy on Steam, Stanley Parable. That's their website? 15,000-year-old. Be my Valentine. Okay, good times. Let's begin again. Okay. What? Memory lane. Smile because it happened. Unachievable. This is impossible to get this achievement. Go outside. Don't play for 5 years. Ah, yes, memories. Ah, so relaxing.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
An hour? Wow. Okay. Interesting. Person of the Year. Stanley. Got some dev stuff. Okay. There's a button up there. Still can't jump, though. Oh, we got another review.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
That's true. Oh, wait. Oh. Huh. The serious room. Oh, I remember the serious room. The serious room is when you try hacking the game. I'll be able to get that.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they? Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Unfunny.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy?
Exactly.
Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy, honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it did. I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down.
No.
Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
It is. It's sterling.
What's this one got to say?
10 hours.
You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Are we going to make it together? Oh, there it is.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people, and if the people want...
Sorry. What? You gotta share the TV. fighting over the TV. Kids.
Silence? Then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue. And
I
it goes
can't.
something like this. The story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming
mocking himself.
so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all, until the end of time, at which time, everything all at once. So, now you see, blah, 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 blah,
Fine.
blah, blah.
Fine.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course,
Yeah.
I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made,
Okay.
you bring that choice into being...
We're gonna hit the button again.
Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over.
We're gonna do it again.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30,
Holy
45
cow!
minutes.
We're time travelers.
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time, just sitting here, not a single person to speak with. And you think that that's just how it's always been. Oh, hello, it's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped
How
keeping
much?
track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret.
How? There's a camera. Oh, a smoke alarm. The plant always dead. I guess that's the ear-piercing sound that they talked about in the newsletter.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course,
He lost his
anyone
mind.
can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable.
There is no door. So what are we, like 100 years in the future?
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
Did my screen just shudder?
End is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
That plant looked very dead. Oh! The roof is leaking! It's kind of hard to tell, but there is a little bit of roof leaking here. Okay. The roof caved in! Well, it's daytime. How many years have passed? So the time extends each time. It's insane. Oh my gosh. I believe we're in the apocalypse future. Sounds like a monster. Hey, a way out. What happened? Told you, Apocalypse! Oh, the button's broken. Well, the world's ended. End of the world? It's never the end. It's never the end.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Yeah, let's go check out some other branching paths. Oh, it moves faster now. Nice. Okay. Is the elevator faster this time too?
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this Ultra Deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this Ultra Deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Stanley Parable 2! You heard it here first, guys!
Yes, you see, isn't this
never
far
the end.
superior to a
Again.
measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
2.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra
Yes.
Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Did his voice just change? We're in a modern office now. There's so much detail. These fonts. Logo ideas. Isn't that Resident Evil 2 style? I like know these. You know, Umbrella Corporation. Right side of the brain. More TSP, better TSP. Win-win. 2 wins. The color red. Leverage. Okay.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Two. Obsessed with the number 2. Let's wait to the show floor. New features. 2. A bus? A line? Okay.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
A button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. That's new. Okay, let's go check out some new features. No screenshots, please. Ah! That sound they have playing. Red is the new orange. New features, new content, new ideas. Circle jump. Okay, I want to see the button that
For the
displays
Stanley Parable 2,
my name.
I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Let's say Stanley.
Jim.
So, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of
Whoa! How did it know my
I
name?
promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so,
I
then
am
please
Jim.
step forward and press the button.
Jim.
Whoa!
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Jim.
Ooh, it hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the gym button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Jim.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much, Jim. I'm putting the gym button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
Jim.
Plumbered. Good day. We are playing extra content in the Stanley Parable.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable too. That would actually save me the work of... An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the... well, we'll figure that out later.
Free, new, and easy achievements. I wanna get the new achievement. Who's the person? Collectibles. Okay, let's get the new free achievement. Pull the lever, receive your new achievement. No more steps. It just works. Get yours right now. Okay.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Come on, fix the achievement! Gosh darn it. Fine. Needs the darn achievement anyways. Sniff, sniff. It's a trap! How's JSAB going?
What else?
I don't even know what
other
that
exhibits
means.
haven't we seen yet?
Collectibles. Can you find them? Ooh.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Wow. A little creepy. Okay, I guess I'll
God, it
find
really
some
is
meaningless
the worst when you collect everything in a video game, and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Exit. You are here. Infinite hole. It won't end. Okay, let's go try the infinite hole. What is this? Oh, we did the note. Wait. It looks different. Is this different? No screenshot room?
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
I really like the colors of this one.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is.
No! Fine. Why'd you even ask me? Wait, there's pictures of balloons now.
Well, actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Merch. We got Stanley Parable merch. Okay. Oh. Check the bucket out.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I am happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on.
Exactly. It's exactly what I need. I get to pick it up.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well?
I'm super
I think
happy.
that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Okay, I guess I'm taking the bucket with me.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Okay, we did the achievement. We did the collectibles. First one, I was going this way, and then I got distracted. The infinite hole, that's right. Let's go check it out. This is the greatest plan!
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Okay. I guess I'll fall forever. Bye, guys.
You see,
I can hear
isn't it wonderful?
the falling
One of my
sound.
more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
G to return back to surface. Well...
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
But how do I know it's actually bottomless unless I check it out and make sure it is
Stanley,
bottomless?
I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Hey, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, Then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
It's not mostly bottomless. It's kind of bottomless. New mug. I think that's all. By the way, hello Ranga, good day. Yes, we are playing the new Stanley Parable. By the way, hello Spectra, hello. I said Plum, I said your name already. Blue Moon, good day, good day. Okay, I think I got you.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
Okay. By the way, I got a bucket. It's the best bucket ever. I said more ideas, but I think I've done them all. I'm gonna go around one more time, see if I've seen everything. We got the free achievement thing that didn't work. We got the collectibles. It's over here. Exit.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Hey, thanks for stopping by, Ranga. You have a great night. Or day. That's really cool. I like that. No screenshots.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready?
Sure.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh. Wait, that's what we just did.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot
So
of
right.
gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game.
Like
Would it
an Ultra
possibly
Deluxe
work?
edition.
I suppose it could, but it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh, we're gonna play. Ah! Oh my gosh. Oh, this is amazing. Okay. I think these are the same options as before. Okay, yeah, this is the same. Okay, we're gonna play Stanley Parable 2 now.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
I want to see my office.
Stanley worked
Oh.
for a company in a big building where he was employee
balloons.
number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
It feels like the same.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something
Stanley
he would
Parable
never
Ultra.
quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time.
I have to see
But
if
as he
anything's
came to his
different.
wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Gotta
All
love
of
the
his
balloons.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Oh, there's a gate there now. What? Fuck it!
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Where's the other computer? Huh. That's interesting. It didn't give the loading thing this time. This is very interesting. Okay. Let's go. Me and my bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Sure. Dialogue just gonna be slightly different now?
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Wait, is there a dialogue in here?
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh, no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket?
No!
I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on.
Oh my gosh.
Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Oops. What was the password again?
Stepping into his manager's office,
2746.
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
2845. 2845.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
2845, huh? Yes. You can actually speed run it, and it's really funny because
the elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Guess we'll do the submissive, or the
Stanley and the bucket walked straight
control
ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
I'm very curious to see how this goes.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Gosh, what is it? What are the secrets that the bucket holds? Oh wait, I mean the mind control facility.
Jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock.
Ah!
Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs.
Oh my gosh!
The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
We will be fine, bucket. Let's go.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place?
That's a good question.
These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Man, let's go.
No!
Let's
He
go!
screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
I love that. I love what they've done with the whole bucket dialogue.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world.
The team!
They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
A sassy comment. There we go. We shut it down. Downward with the power.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end.
No!
It was a simple life they envisioned,
Animals!
but it was one they'd lived together.
Oh,
with
yeah.
one another to lean on, to trust, to support. What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door
What?
stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering
this is new.
in uncertainty. Until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face.
What?
This building did not want the bucket to leave.
No!
The facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket.
No!
No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket.
That's
To
true.
be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay,
Right.
won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
What an ending. That changed. Oh. We're doing this now, huh? Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
There's the
Stanley
bucket
decided
again.
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
So I take it when you carry the bucket, it'll give you an alternate ending.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay, we're gonna escape now. Oh. The long forgotten wife one would be
Still no
very
one was
interesting with a
here.
bucket.
Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
What was the password again?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again
Spectre.
stunned
What
to
was the
discover
password?
not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the
I can look it up. 2845. That's right.
weight
Okay.
of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
There we
Was
go.
it the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Hello, Lemus. Good day. Oh, a collectible!
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort
Yay.
of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Okay, we're gonna, instead of going to the mind control area, we're going to try and escape. And also, the
Stanley and the
shutdown
bucket walked
ending,
straight
I
ahead
wonder
through
if
the
it
large
had
door that
changed as
read,
well.
Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
No!
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Uh-oh. Ah! Where are we? Oh no! Is this an ending? I can't remember.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
No!
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end, as it
No!
was crushed violently
Not
to
the
death.
bucket! Oh!
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
Oh, this is the museum ending! The bucket welcomes you to the grand exhibit. You are standing at the presence of knowledge, much like a bucket itself. The human mind is frequently empty within. It's void, but though
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to
There's
take
the
a bucket
bucket.
like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see
Bucket.
that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
a painting of 25 buckets. That's a lot more than 25 buckets. There's something up there, too. Oh. Inferno bucket. The stress bucket. Okay. The stress bucket. By the way, this is a completely different ending as well. So yes, as long as you're holding onto the bucket, it looks
No
like there's an
man
alternate
can own
ending.
a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
Hanging bucket. Oh, hey. Oh. Okay. Oh, shoot. Okay.
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
What?
Let Stanley die.
No!
Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
Should we resume the game or start over? Which one? Should we let Stanley die? Resume. Resume. Start the pool. Well, Stanley died. How about we do...
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
What if I did the glitch ending with the bucket?
The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Okay, I'm gonna try the glitch ending with the bucket.
Yes, whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear. We've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now, and for the first time, I can reveal to you my true self. The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history, of the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent humans, and the bucket's own complicity therein, of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger, of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed, and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The opportunities to do so much more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps, if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way too much for Stanley.
What are you talking about? You're a bucket!
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow.
No,
Said the bucket.
not since the evil wizard Gambhorata first ensnared me in his machinations as payback for the sacred amulet I stole from his treasured vaults. I was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of... No!
Stanley screamed even louder this time.
This is stupid! You are a bucket! This is so stupid! Why are we even doing this?
As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed, the bucket revealed its true form, transforming into a mighty beast of untold power, its fangs glistening like...
Oh my gosh.
Stanley, you did it.
No!
You saved us from the bucket. Thank
You
God
could-
you already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true power. Otherwise, we would have easily been overwhelmed by the bucket's power. I'm speechless. You've
I'm
demonstrated
speechless.
such bravery here today. Come, let's restart the game, and we'll agree to never again go trifling with this bucket, nor the dark magic cast away inside of it.
Oh, morbid. I'm gonna get demonetized now. So sad. Well, that
All of
was
his co-workers were
the
gone.
glitch ending.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. I think I know what to do next. So with the computers, I forgot it was the good ending. Okay. I'm gonna bring the bucket. There's a computer ending.
With the bucket in his arms
I think
again,
I
he
forgot to
was
look
home.
at it. Hang on.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Oh. This room changed. Okay. That was a little weird.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket
Oh, I
walked
thought there was
upstairs to the boss's
something.
office.
Yes, it's this computer. There it is. Forgot that it was this one. Okay. Oh.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
So what was the... Okay, what was the password again?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of anything in life.
2856.
Crushed by the weight of this revelation,
2845.
Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire.
That's really
if not
close.
for the soothing, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Now we're going to turn the mind control machine on. And we're going to see what the alternate ending is for that mind control ending.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
I'm really curious what it would be like if the
lights
place
rose
didn't
on
explode.
an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock.
Huh.
Everyone in the office was being videotaped.
Let me grab some
monitored
water
by
real
guinea
quick.
pigs.
I'll be right back. All I have is an energy
I'd never
drink,
seen
and that's going to
anything
kill me.
like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Okay, here we go. Cool. Here we go. Elevator. Come
Was
on.
the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter, his one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
Oh my gosh.
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink
Okay,
in,
we're going to turn it on,
Stanley
see what
decided that
happens.
This machine. But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along?
It
To
is
take
the
over
bucket's
machine
plan
and
all
claim
along.
the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds.
Oh my gosh.
Silly, silly birds. the control buttons became active again.
What?
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all
Plot
over
twist
the
of the
world.
century.
The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
I love this ending. So much better than blowing up. The bird ending. Okay, I'm going to close myself in my
soft
office
wind
ending.
blew outside and perhaps rain started.
Can I
And
not
if
go
it
back
did,
in?
It stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
Okay, I guess I can't take the bucket in. Oh. The trap ending. Wait.
Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around.
Been a while since I've done the trap ending. And it's got a timing thing to it, so
Stanley
let me
clutched
try
the
to do
bucket
that first.
tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
I don't remember this room. What was this? What? What is this? I don't know what this is. Okay.
Stepping into his manager's
Shoot.
office,
That was it. That was it. Okay. It was something about walking in the room and then walking out. Okay.
how wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great. The good old bucket. Just Stanley and
Like the
bucket,
glitch ending.
off on another thrilling adventure together. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Oh, it shows which statues I'm missing on the chalkboard. Or whiteboard. Different.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Okay, here we go.
Stepping in.
Yeah, still got it. Now everything is all weird. Can I even go down? Yeah, that's closed. Now all the doors are open leading back to the main base. Main base. Main office. Okay. Ooh. You are now leaving. 7:54. Scared to explore more since the environment here. These horrors, exactly. I don't remember what happens, especially holding the bucket. So if you're just joining, there's an alternate ending on every path if you're holding the bucket. Oh, that's right. There's a rocket ship, isn't there? Or was. Escape pod, launch bay. Can't see anything. Okay. Maybe this ending is the same. Bucket has been good, but don't say anything. We need to say goodbye. It's been a tender moment. And it's been good to know you, Mr. Bucket. I appreciate you. But it's time to say goodbye. Bye, Bucket! Bye! See you, Bucket. And the bucket made it away safely with the rocket ship. Okay, we did it! Okay, here we go. Boop. We're in the dream reality. Ah! I want to get the bucket here. If I remember correctly, the buttons are timed, so you can't get them all pressed. Welcome to the Stanley Parable Heaven. Oh, it's glorious. It's glorious. It's so pretty. Okay. Okay, let's go
All
see
of his
some more
co-workers were-
paths.
Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office? And try not to lose this one too, you dolt.
Oh, snap!
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket
Yes.
turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be. Truly, being here with the bucket was a grand adventure. Stanley reflected on all they'd been through together. First, walking through the door on the right, then walking to the lounge, then arriving at the lounge. What a thrilling journey the bucket had inspired. Perhaps this was where the bucket felt most truly at home, here in the employee lounge. Perhaps
Exactly.
it's the only place a bucket can even feel at home. Stanley decided to just give the bucket absolutely as much time as it needed to be in the lounge. Clearly, the bucket and the employee lounge shared a special connection.
It was a croissant.
But finally, the bucket was done being in the lounge, and they took the first open door on their left to get back to business.
Okay, which... I'm gonna do the,
No,
long
Said
lost...
the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
I don't know if I should do the game ending or the long lost wife ending.
Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of
Do the
course,
wife
because
one.
buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Oh,
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone, and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
now there's two different endings there. Another one
This
is you can
the sad
unplug the
story
phone
of a
from
man
the
named
wall.
Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Asked you to take me to work with you.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Okay, we went to work with the bucket.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Wait, where's the bucket? Oh, there's the bucket. Oh, B. The button changed.
I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
Yes. I.
You see,
He's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time, it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted.
Bucket
and
is
listened
love.
to.
Bucket
now,
is
all
life.
he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal. It's sad. I suppose he doesn't need me anymore.
Really?
From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give
Shiny.
it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
It got a great shine to it. Oh, it's on my computer. Oh, we're spelling something.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more,
I love you.
trying to say, sturdier, more capable of...
Who loves me too? What? Oh, here. Give that to mommy so that she can put some away. But you can have a little bit.
transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Interesting.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
R.
Oh no. I'm having feelings. For the
Oh.
bucket. No. What's going on?
Oh,
Why do
good
I
gravy.
need to with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes. The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation. Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley.
No,
I need it.
Darren.
Give it to me now. Give it, or I'll...
Bucket cult. Go back to work, Stanley. Oh my gosh. What an ending. Holy Toledo, Batman.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
Like a fire sound behind this wall. That's weird. Can I? The door's not open. Interesting.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him.
You smile. You smile.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Well, I think this is all I have for today. Thank you so much for tuning in through 2.5 hours of streaming. So you mean a lot to me, guys. Thank you very much. You guys are the best. Thank you again. I'll see you guys next week, Monday. Bye-bye, guys.